Well, hey everybody, I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you all had a very nice hump day out there. It's a great Wednesday here. The heat's climbed back up, the humidity's climbed back up, so it's not as pleasant outside, but hey, it's been a productive week so far for me. It's been a productive day, and yeah, nothing to complain about. I try to complain as little as possible, but we all do it from time to time. But anyhow, today the title of the video is Yes, my raw food diet is always changing. Guys, I do videos every day, so if you're not already subscribed, I'd appreciate it if you'd go down and hit that subscribe button now. Then be sure you click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. People will ask me about this one. This isn't one of my tie-dyes, but it is one of my favorite ones. It's an older one I have, and Dazed and Confused. If you youngsters have never seen that movie, that's probably actually one of Matthew McConaughey's best movies, in my opinion, anyhow. So, I get questions a lot of times. People send me an email or they'll ask me on Instagram. They're like, well, I can't keep up. I've seen older videos of you and you're doing this. And sometimes people want to challenge me, like, you're being inconsistent because we saw something and they're referring to a video that is 2.5 years ago. I'm constantly changing. I'm constantly evolving. Kind of talked about that in yesterday's video. And I'm constantly, just updating my information and wanting to try new things. And hey, am I getting enough of this? Am I doing enough of that? Look, bottom line is, and that's okay. I mean, I don't get into the geek stuff. I'm not going to sit down and discuss, why I do this and defend it like I'm defending my thesis for my PhD. But all I'll say is, like, I eat from me. I don't eat for this channel. Just because I do a daily show here on YouTube and just because I have a brand, I'm on Instagram and other places, I don't eat for this channel. I just show what I'm doing. Now, every once in a while, to be 100% transparent, yeah, I might prepare a meal or something for the camera or something because I'll need some content, but it's something that I would be eating anyway. So it's not like, I'm going to make a change. I think too many of these channels, brands, experts, whatever, are constantly changing things simply to get views and simply to grow a little bit, because that is a good strategy in a lot of different areas. I study this stuff a lot, and constantly having changes in something new is really good for social media. But once again, I'm just showing what I'm doing. I'm not going to do what I do because, if I do this and if I say, I'm going to go this way, maybe I'll get some more subscribers or viewers. I am me. I do me. You do you. So my diet's always changing, always evolving a little bit. But as I mentioned too, all the time, when I say it's changing, don't get confused there when I'm talking about the people that are constantly changing what they do. I'm talking about people that do big changes, like go from one thing to another that's almost, extremes or actually opposites of each other. Mine is just like I'm always tweaking, adding to, taking away. It's like I like to use the analogy of a big ocean liner. On a big ocean liner, that's not like a little speedboat. You're not going to hit a quick pop of the wheel and turn real fast. You turn slow. You make slow moves when you're an ocean cruiser. So that's what I try to do. And I try to tweak a little bit. And the number one thing I'm always doing, above everything, everything. Yes, I know most of my videos are titled Raw Food. It's raw vegan, raw food this, raw food that. And that is the huge majority of my diet. But I'm more about getting nutrition in. I'm not trying to be the raw food educator. I'm not trying to be the raw food expert. I'm not trying to promote this raw food other than the way I do it, and just kind of giving you, like I say, just showing you what I do. Beware of people that are telling you what you need to do, or this is this and this is that. And some of the things, when people think I'm about to zig, I zag. Because like I say, I'm constantly, and sometimes things just pop up random. Good example. Like last night, I've been thinking, I happened to be doing some reading. I was in bed, had my iPad with me, just, kind of randomly cruising and just looking at some stuff on nutrition, things on the raw food diet, things, various nutrients and, nutritional information in certain things. And somebody shared something on nuts, and I said, I tell you guys all the time, nuts aren't a big part of my diet. In fact, I think I've said within the last week or two that pretty much about all the nuts I eat right now is some cashews. And when I do that, it's generally just blended up into some sort of a sauce or a dressing. And incidentally, to be honest, I couldn't tell you the last time I've eaten any. Maybe the last time I was in Pensacola, ate at my raw food restaurant, and they probably had, some nuts in some of the sauces there. So I'm reading this, and I start going down this rabbit hole of, the nuts thing, and I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to flip that. I think I'm going to start eating some nuts on a regular basis, on a daily basis. But I'm eating them for the particular nutrients they have. I'm eating them because like I said, somebody shared a really good article. I read what they had to say. Then I looked into it some more, and I'm like, all right, there's a lot of wisdom there, but kind of using it as a nutrient and not like, okay, well, let's see, I can eat this many. Not necessarily even eating it for the taste because, ooh, I like cashews, or ooh, I want some almonds, but for what they can bring. Now, I haven't eaten almonds in forever, so I'm going down to Pensacola probably this Sunday, and I'm thinking I'm going to pick up some nuts while I'm down there. I can get raw almonds in Pensacola, but and let me say before any of the raw food nuts, those ones that are all about being the geeky sticklers, yes, probably like they say, none of the nuts are actually really raw. Big whoop. I'm not trying to tell you they are, but anyhow, they're as raw as you get, probably, that's legal to sell in the country or whatever. But almonds, I haven't eaten almonds in forever. Almonds are a great source of calcium. They're not huge. I'm not saying you're going to eat a few almonds and boom, get all your calcium. But calcium's been something, I'm always wondering, am I getting enough? Do I absorb enough from here, from there, from the other? So almonds, they've got good for calcium. Good for magnesium, very good for magnesium, and a great source of vitamin E. 37% of your daily intake on that. Another one, walnuts. Walnuts are a very popular nut and an excellent source of omega-3 fatty acid. They also have a good bit of magnesium in there, and they're just good brain food. People recommend walnuts, and I've been kind of like, why ever? But I want to include some of the walnuts in there. Cashews are high in magnesium as well. A lot of these are high in magnesium, and the cashews, they have also good HDL cholesterol. Another larger study observed that a diet rich in cashews reduced blood pressure and increased levels of good HDL cholesterol. I don't really have a problem with cholesterol, but once again, good source of stuff. I've told you guys I already do the pumpkin seeds. I started a while back, eating more pumpkin seeds, usually putting them in things because they're good for the zinc. And I believe pumpkin seeds have a fair amount of iron in them as well. Once again, it's about those nutrients. It's about the minerals too as well, because, a lot of the fruit we're getting does not have, sufficient minerals in there like they should, or like if we were eating from the tropics, or if we were eating from an organic source, a pure source in the tropics. Another one I like too that drives a lot of the raw people crazy is blackstrap molasses. Blackstrap molasses is very good for calcium. Let's see, 1 tablespoon of this stuff has 15%. It's good in iron, it's good in potassium. But mainly I want to get it, like I say, for the calcium and the iron. Calcium and iron, iodine, I've told you guys I use the Dulce flakes for the iodine, but I'm just trying to plug the holes there, just make sure I'm getting as much nutrition as possible all the time. And especially, like I've told you, now that I'm in the States, I don't get a lot of the stuff that I got. Not only am I not getting the quality of fruit that I used to get in Costa Rica, but I don't get the greens anymore. So I should have brought it in here too. I've also got Daily Green Boost. Daily Green Boost. Now there's a lot of powders out there, and as soon as you say any powder, like some of the purists will, their eyes start spinning around. But I've done my research on that, and you go, well, look, you go do it for yourself. You know, a lot of times people ask me a question or something, and I'm like, damn, I ain't Google. I'm not going to go Google for you and regurgitate Google, because that's all I would do if you asked me that. I would highly advise go to Daily Green Boost, their website, and read about the nutrition, read about how he harvest, does whatever with his product. It's organic barley juice, powdered barley juice, but this stuff is packed full of nutrients. And I know a number of people that use this, and yeah, it's just like I say, you know, not getting the quality of greens that I want, but that's how it's going to always be for me. Don't ever try to, you know, don't ever go watch one of my videos and try to sum me up or assume from there. You know, a lot of times, and I know I'm not you know, I know people are not going to necessarily be that interested in me to go watch several years of videos, and it's fair enough. But when somebody watches a video and they're like, okay, well, he does this based on this video, I'm like, dude, you need to at least watch 5 or 6 of my videos. You at least need to watch one now. You at least need to go back and watch a few from the last place I was living in Costa Rica. And then you need to go back 3 or 4 years to when I was living at the beach. And if you go back, like if you were to watch like 1 or 2 videos a year, you would see like, yes, constant evolution, constant, you know, changing a little bit. Since I've been in the States, I do eat more cooked food, but it is always clean. Well, I won't say 100, I shouldn't say that always. You know, I hate those words always. I go to Pensacola or something, and I might go to a restaurant, or a vegan restaurant, or a restaurant that has vegan stuff every once in a while, and eat something that's not even like, you know, that's not like what I would eat cooked here. But the majority of what I eat cooked is just stuff, good nutrition. Once again, sweet potatoes, as close to fruit as probably any vegetable gets digestion-wise. Collard greens, because there's a lot of calcium in the collard greens and a lot of good stuff in there. And that's the one, you know, I can get a lot of collard greens. I can eat a pound of collard greens easily in one sitting, so I can get a huge amount of my nutrients in there. But that's just it. And like I say, none of these, I'm not trying to, you know, convince you of doing any one of these things. I'm not trying to convince you of doing any of those things. I just keep wanting to pounding that responsibility of you taking charge and doing what I'm doing. Do your own research. You should evolve. If you're doing, listen, unless you're just feeling, but even so, even if you're feeling great, like I said yesterday, there still are some things we could be missing. Like when I was in Costa Rica, I used to go for long streaks there where all I ate was fruit. I would eat, sometimes I've gone a month down there where it was just like basically fruit, mono meals, no overt fat for like a month. And I felt absolutely amazing. And you know, there's a lot of people, a lot of raw foodists that would debate me until the end of time that that's all you need. And maybe it is. Maybe it is. I'm not the most educated on this lifestyle, but something just instinctively doesn't feel right about that. Something instinctively just is like, nope, that's just not enough just to be, oh yeah, man, you can just live on fruit all the time. So, you know, I try to have a variety of what I'm eating, and I try to eat a lot of whatever I'm eating. So anyhow, I'll probably change again. A year from now, come back and watch a video, and you'll probably see me doing something different. But it won't be, I hope not. I mean, unless something were to happen way out of my control, it won't be like a drastic change. It will just be like, okay, well, now he's doing a bit of this. Fruit will always be that base. That I pretty much know, unless, like I say, something beyond my control happens. But anyhow, just a little clarification today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Peace.